Sullivan, but by 2025, he had effectively disappeared from their lives. He reportedly hadn't seen the children in years. That left another man inside the home, Daniel Martel. And this is where the story begins to shift from tragic to deeply unsettling. Malaya met Daniel online in 2022, and according to people close to the family, the relationship moved incredibly fast. Within weeks, he had moved into her home. Daniel reportedly struggled with past drug addiction issues involving methamphetamine and cocaine, though he claimed he was trying to rebuild his life. He attended recovery meetings, worked at a sawmill, and tried stepping into a father role for the children. But behind closed doors, things were becoming unstable. Money problems were piling up. Work slowed down. Stress intensified. Court documents and later interviews would paint a picture of growing tension inside the home. By 2023, Malaya had moved herself, Lily, Jack, and eventually a new baby daughter onto property owned by Daniel's family in rural Pictou County. And according to people who knew her, that move changed everything. Friends claimed Malaya became increasingly isolated. Communication slowed. Visits stopped. Some relatives later said she seemed emotionally withdrawn in the months leading up to the disappearance. Even the children's grandmother noticed the distance growing. Then there were the bruises. Photos later circulated online showing visible marks on both Lily and Jack months before they vanished. One school photo showed Jack with a bruise beneath his eye. In private messages later revealed publicly, Daniel reportedly blamed the injuries on rough play between the children or accidental falls. But many people weren't convinced. School staff had reportedly raised concerns about the children before. At one point, Lily allegedly arrived without proper winter clothing, prompting intervention from social workers. Authorities visited the home, but found no immediate evidence of abuse. Officially, nothing happened. Unofficially, people started worrying. And then came May 2nd, 2025. The night before, the family had been seen together at a Dollarama store in New Glasgow. Surveillance cameras captured Lily and Jack alive for what would become the last confirmed time. According to the adults inside the home, the next morning started normally. The children were supposedly awake early, playing inside and outside near the trailer. Daniel's mother, who lived nearby on the same property, later claimed she heard the kids playing around 8:50 a.m. Then suddenly silence. The adults said they checked the bedrooms. Empty. They checked outside. Nothing. Then came one of the strangest details in the entire case. The front door had supposedly been rigged with a wrench positioned to fall if opened, a makeshift alarm system Daniel claimed he regularly used. But the wrench was still in place, meaning if the children left on their own, investigators believe they must have gone through the back sliding door. Both children's boots were missing. At 10:01 a.m., the 911 call came in. Police responded fast, extremely fast. Search crews flooded the woods. Helicopters scanned overhead. Drones equipped with thermal cameras swept the terrain. Hundreds of volunteers searched dense forest packed with fallen trees left behind by Hurricane Fiona. Dogs were deployed. Divers searched ponds and lakes nearby. And yet, absolutely nothing solid was found. Then investigators discovered something bizarre. A torn piece of Lily's pink blanket hanging from a tree nearly a kilometer from the home. But according to Malaya, that blanket had already been thrown away a week earlier. Police reportedly found the rest of the blanket inside a garbage bag near the property, already torn before disposal. So how did a ripped piece end up hanging in the woods? Nobody could explain it. Even stranger, search dogs reportedly struggled to establish a scent trail from the blanket despite it supposedly being one of Lily's favorite possessions. The deeper investigators looked, the stranger the case became. Rumors exploded online almost immediately. Some people believed the children wandered into the woods and succumbed to the elements. Others insisted an abduction had taken place. A witness later claimed she may have seen two children matching Lily and Jack's descriptions walking near a vehicle with an older woman nearby the morning they disappeared. But the descriptions didn't perfectly match, and police could never confirm the sighting. Then attention turned inward, toward the home itself. Neighbors claimed they heard vehicle activity late during the night and early morning hours near the property. One witness alleged a vehicle repeatedly left and returned before sunrise. Daniel denied it entirely. Meanwhile, public scrutiny intensified around Daniel's behavior after the disappearance. While Malaya mostly disappeared from public view, Daniel gave multiple interviews to television stations and online creators. He openly defended himself against accusations and pushed back against growing public suspicion. Some viewers thought his media presence looked suspicious. Others believed he was simply trying to keep the case alive. Then, months later, everything escalated again. In January 2026, Daniel Martel was arrested on unrelated charges involving assault and forcible confinement tied to an adult victim during the months before the children vanished. Authorities did not publicly identify the alleged victim, but the timing immediately reignited speculation surrounding the case. Still, despite massive searches, polygraph tests, forensic reviews, thousands of tips, and national media attention, investigators have never publicly identified an official suspect in the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan. No bodies have been found. No confirmed sightings after May 1st. No arrests connected directly to the children. Just questions. Endless questions. Did the children somehow wander into terrain so dense that hundreds of trained searchers missed them completely? Was someone watching the property that morning? Did somebody inside the home know more than they admitted? Or did something happen in those woods that investigators still haven't uncovered? Because the truth is, cases like this terrify people for one reason above all else. Children do not simply vanish without a trace. Especially not two at the same time.
Someone knows something.
Somewhere in rural Nova Scotia, there is likely a person carrying information that could finally explain what happened to Lily and Jack Sullivan. And until that day comes, this case remains one of the most disturbing, unresolved mysteries in Canada. If you know anything related to this investigation, authorities in Nova Scotia are still asking the public to come forward. And if you want more deep dives into missing persons, unsolved mysteries, cult investigations, and disturbing true crime cases like this one, let me know in the comments what case we should cover next. Until next time, stay aware of your surroundings, because sometimes the quietest places hide the darkest stories.